have half of my crew over there.
I know.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Hey, Mark, I went back to the same one.
Oh, good. But and
They had it in there.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah.
It's a beautiful day. No red drinks this time.
You guys will do great, and I think I'm gonna go.
Yes.
To the back.
Yeah.
So where's our assigned seats?
Yeah, just in the back.
You guys look really cute. Can I take a picture? Okay.
Yeah.
Lisa?
Yeah.
That's way real, honey. Sit right there.
Thanks.
Yes, like that.
I'm Joelle.
Oh, hi, nice seeing you. Yeah.
Many years ago. You can sit there.
Yeah. Is there somebody here?
Daniel and I.
I did not.
Here.
This is
Koby, there's a shark in the spirit. It's up there.
Ready?
Can I sit with you? Want to sit with one of my boys?
Got it.
Are you going to stay there?
No, he's not.
Okay, go this way.
I saw that.
Wait, yeah, guys. Are you
Page 3. Welcome. My name's Allie. I've had the pleasure of being Koby's bar mitzvah tutor for the last over a year, and it's a real joy to have all of you here today. And just as the song says, how pleasant it is for all of us to be together. And may I introduce?
My name is Jory. I am the musical accompaniment.
And we're going to continue with our Shabbat responsive reading in the middle of page 3.
On Shabbat, is this on? Is it working?
Yeah.
No.
Can
No.
you hear it?
No,
Hello?
no. It was working. Jory tested it.
Now it's
Okay. On Shabbat, we recall the love of mothers and fathers who have nurtured our lives with those whose blessing we go forth to our own work in the world.
On Shabbat, we cherish the children who bless our homes, whose eager minds and hearts are the promise of tomorrow.
On Shabbat, we remember the hard work of others who have come before us.
On Shabbat, we celebrate together the end of another week and the restoring power of leisure with family and friends.
On Shabbat, we pause to reflect upon yesterday's and tomorrows. We renew our ties with those who bring meaning to our lives, to restore energy and to refresh our spirit.
On Shabbat, we create our own moment in time. And at this point, Koby will recite the blessing for the Talit, the prayer shawl, when you're ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chitatef b'tzitzit.
Amen.
Amen.
And now for blessing for reading Torah and the engaging of studying in Torah. That today is a special day because not only is Koby reached this moment in his life to be able to read Torah for the first time, but it's also a time when we think about this portion and Torah being read all over the world. This same portion here today is read by Jews all over the world. And it's not just a performance, but rather an engaging of study and prayer and family and celebration. So for this next prayer in the middle of page 4 for the blessing for reading Torah and engaging in the study of Torah today. When you're ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
Amen.
And now I'll have you all rise for Baruch. East is
That way.
a little, yeah, so you can just tweak yourself a little, but also having the Torah here too is great.
She should get up.
On the top of page 5. And I think many are familiar with Be'ahavta, but if you aren't, a lot of Torah reads like poetry, and so you reading the lines underneath both the transliteration and the Hebrew, you'll see the translation of this piece. It's on the top of page 5, Be'ahavta. Be'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננת ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. It just means we'll have to chant louder. It was great. We did a good job. We did awesome. So now we're on the bottom of page 5 with Mi Chamocha. Mi Chamocha is our prayer for freedom, for happiness. So you can, again, it's a happy, free day for all of us, and for being able to really appreciate what's come before us and the things we get to experience now after.
Also, a general note for any prayer or song that we do today, if you don't know the words or aren't comfortable with the words, Yai Lai works 100% of the time. Now we're entering into the Amidah portion of our service on page 6. This part of the service contains 7 blessings, and we'll be doing a few of them in full. The first 2, Avot V'Imahot and Gevurot, and then we'll be doing the rest abbreviated. So if you stand to join us in the middle of page 6. Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah,
Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor Hanura, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Ve'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye Hakol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mechalkel Hayim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Baal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechayem, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Ata Lechachayot Hakol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechaye Hakol.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day.
May the world be as one from generation to generation. Hallelujah. Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated.
We offer thanks, O God, for this is Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope. For Shabbat holiness, which inspires scared living.
For Shabbat peace, born of friendship and love, we offer thanks and blessing, O God. Baruch Atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. The top of page 8.
Today we may find true rest, holiness in our deeds within our study of Torah.
On this holy Shabbat, may we draw nearer in life, in peace, and in joy. Baruch Atah Adonai She'otecha Levadcha Biracha Na'avod.
We are thankful for so many things, for the joy of human life, its wonders, its surprises, and achievements, for our common past and future hope.
For our capacity to work for peace in the midst of hostility, for those who have suffered so that others might live in dignity and freedom. For all these things and so many more, we give thanks. Baruch Atah Adonai Hatov Simcha Ucha Ne'el Hahadot.
Peace, happiness, and blessing, grace, love, and mercy, may these descend on all the world.
Baruch Atah Adonai Hamaverach et Amo Yisrael Bashalom.
Asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat lasot et hashabat b'doratam berit olam u'bayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash shavat vayinafash shavat vayinafash v'shamru b'nei Yisrael
silent prayer. Take this moment to just be thankful for being here in this beautiful place with these amazing and loving people around us. And there's a reading on the top of page 9. And we'll have silent prayer and then come out with the song Shalom.
Shalom Rav, O Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, O Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Ki atahu Melech Adon, Lecho HaShalom. Ki atahu Melech Adon, Lecho HaShalom. Shalom Rav, O Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, O Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Ki atahu Melech Adon, Lecho HaShalom. Ki atahu Melech Adon, Lecho HaShalom. Shalom Rav, O Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, O Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam.
My shalom, my peace. What shall I ask for God? I have everything. There's nothing I lack. I ask for only one thing, and not for myself alone. It's for many mothers and fathers, not just in this land, but in many lands, hostile to each other. I'd like to ask for peace. Yes, it's peace I want. And you will not deny the single wish of a child. You created a land of peace, where stands the city of peace, where stood the temple of peace. But now where there is still no peace, what shall I ask? What should I ask you for, God? I have everything. Peace is what I ask for. Only peace.
And now we're on the top of page 10, entering into our Torah service.
The Torah is God's choicest gift to the house of Israel.
Israel without Torah is like a body without a soul.
Like a crown, it exalts of us above all creatures.
It is nobler than the crown of priesthood or royalty.
When Torah entered the world, freedom entered it.
The whole Torah exists only to establish peace.
Its first and last aim is to teach us love and kindness.
What is hateful to you, do not do to others.
Honoring parents, performing acts of kindness, and making peace among them. These are among our highest duties.
But the study of Torah is equal to them all because it leads to them all. Yeah, please stand.
Torah,
will symbolically bring the Torah to all of the generations who are here as he takes the Torah down the aisle and back. But before, he'll lead us in the Shema before the Torah reading.
Shema Yisrael,
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
You may be seated. So for our first Aliyah, we'd like to call up Koby's aunts and uncles and the cousins first. And if you're coming up for an Aliyah, you can come right over into this corner here.
Those that have been bar mitzvahs. Or does it include everybody?
We
Only
have
the
four-
bar mitzvahs. Bar mitzvahs?
Yeah, well, it does. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
She
go on
wants to
up.
come. Yeah,
Go on up.
please. Here's the blessings here.
Just go over here on the other side of Kobe. Go on the other side of Kobe.
Yeah.
You can go on the other side.
On the other side?
Yeah.
Here, yeah, yeah. So from here.
Where's Felicia? Felicia can't see your face.
When you're ready.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Vayahi ha'am kemit nanim ra'a be'aznei Adonai vayishma Adonai vayichar apa'o v'ti arbam eish Adonai v'tochal b'kseh chamachaneh ויצעק העם אל משה ויתפלל משה אל אדוני ותשקע האש.
Shakoach.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan לנו תורת אמת וחיי שלום נטע בתוכנו. Baruch atah Adonai נותן התורה.
Amen. Thank you. We'll give hugs and kisses after.
We're switching kids.
Yeah, we did. Now the grandparents. And now grandparents can come up and we can either side. Yeah. Baruch Adonai Habarach. Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'karbanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notei haTorah.
Vayikra Shem Hamakom Hahu Tavera Kiva Aravan Esh Adonai Vahat Sasuf Asher Ekirbo Kitahu Ta'ava Vayashu Vayifu Gam Bene Israel Vayomeru Mi Ya'achi Leidu Basar.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet lechaye olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai notei haTorah. Amen.
And now I'd like to invite Lisa and Todd up to do the next Aliyah.
Baruch Adonai Habarach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'char banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Zacharnu et Haggadah asher nofal b'Mitzrayim chinam et hakishuim ve'et havatahim ve'et hatzir ve'et habetzalim ve'et hakishumim va'erta nafshenu Yavesha ein Koby elti el hamanenu. Oh,
Yeah.
V'chamalan kizragad hu ve'eno ian abedovach.
Yasher Koach.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chaye olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
And now this is the moment we've all been waiting for, and what Koby's been preparing, and he's read so much Torah already, and now he'll read his own Aliyah, his own blessing before reading Torah. So join us, yeah.
Baruch Adonai Habarach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'char banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Shatu ha'am veloktu vetochanu barechamim olo dahu b'medocha ubishalu v'parar ve'ashu oto ugot ve'hayatomo ketam ya'am lashad hashamen uvredet hata el chamachane laila yarad hamen alav veshamen Moshe el ha'am boche lemishpachotav ish lefeta echalo vayichar af Adonai mod uv'enei Moshe ra.
Hair koach.
Are they getting out?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayah natan b'toheinu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Do you want a sip of water before? Koby did a lot of Torah. It's a great accomplishment.
Absolutely.
And now we're on to the next page with the Devar Torah, which is literally a word of Torah and also a study for all of us to learn from Koby.
In my Torah portion, the Israelites are in the desert just out of Egypt, headed to Jerusalem on a 40-year journey. Moses, their leader, is getting instructions from God on all sorts of things to help them live better lives and survive in the desert. The Israelites are getting impatient. Even though Moses and God freed them and took them out of Egypt, they're still questioning if they should have left. This might sound really weird that they wanted to go back to slavery, but it's sad to live where you've grown up all your life and moving away from the only thing that you know. That's how they felt then. The Israelites began to complain about the lack of meat in their diet. Even though God has supplied them with enough food, they aren't satisfied with the variety. I think they should have just been grateful for what they have, even if it was not as good as they wanted it to be. They still got food to eat, and they were free after all. They should have just been grateful and appreciative. God agreed and punished the selfish Israelites by giving them too much of what they wanted, so then many got sick and died. The complaining in my portion continues in other ways. Aaron and Miriam, who are Moses' siblings, are caught talking behind Moses' back about his choice of wife because she wasn't Jewish. God is listening to what they had to say and calls them out on it. God is not happy with how they're treating Moses. Only Miriam was the one who got punished and was sent out of the camp because she got leprosy and left for 7 days. The way Aaron and Miriam were talking about Moses and his choice of wife behind his back was a very impolite thing to do. I believe that since Moses had led them out of Egypt, they should have been thanking him instead of mocking him. Being hard on myself is something that I often do.
Oh, it's gonna make noise.
Keep going.
I just think I can keep going.
Okay.
Being hard on myself is something that I often do, especially during baseball and other sports. But recently, I volunteered to help out for the Challenger League, which is basically a league for kids who are either disabled, have a disease, or are sick, who love to play the game so much that they go out there every weekend just to play for the joy. I'm starting to play by this mindset every time I step onto the field. So now when I get out, I'm not as mad as myself for it as much. I just keep trying to think about the kids who are playing baseball for the joy. The guy I was working with, his name was Aldo. Aldo had a great personality and an awesome attitude. He was also very funny. So if I can just be grateful and appreciative, unlike the Israelites, Aaron and Miriam were, I think I would have had a lot more fun and a happier life. This process of becoming a
It's the drum roll.
This process has been one of the most different ones of all my life, but it's also been one of my favorites. I've learned so much through this year, and I hope I can keep learning about Jewish history and other stuff like that. I would like to thank everyone who has helped me on this journey. My mom and my dad, grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins, and friends. My favorite part of this whole thing was probably learning the alphabet with my best friend Brayden. We had some good memories, and this was probably one of the best. I love doing all of this, and I hope I can continue it.
Yasher
Yasher
Koach.
Koach.
Great. Do we have someone to lift the Torah? Todd, do
I will have my brother do it.
Great. And so if we can all rise as the Torah is lifted. Yeah. You can walk, yeah.
Mitzvah time Torah, Asher Moshe, we've given Yisrael al pi Adonai, Yad Moshe.
Don't do that, please.
And so now we're in the middle bottom of page 13, Misha Berach, a prayer for healing. This prayer, I encourage all of you to hold the people in your hearts who are in need of healing, whether it be physical, mental, spiritual healing. And as we hold those people in our hearts, we'll sing this song and this prayer.
and a prayer many of you have said before in many different occasions. Shehechianu on the top of page 14, for thanking God for bringing us to this day and this moment and this milestone for Koby and his family. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen. And Lisa and Todd, if you'd like to come up.
Like 4-hour speeches. Short service, long speeches. That's how it goes. Sorry. Koby, you did it. Last weekend during your baseball tournament, I'm gonna be a bit of a mess. He should read it. Last weekend during your baseball tournament, after you hit your second bomb, Rod Flegel asked Mom and me, who gets the credit for your athleticism? We both sort of shrugged. Mom told him he's a better athlete than we were. He's a better student than we were. And then I interrupted and said, and he's a better person than we were. And so you did it. And I don't just mean today. I don't mean you learned Hebrew, participated in community projects, and wrote your speech. Just having my own bar mitzvah, you know. Those things are great. But I mean you did it in the bigger picture, because this is a common theme in your life. When you wanted to play football, you did it. When you wanted to get yourself in better shape, you did it. When you wanted to hit a home run or make the all-star team, you did it. When you wanted to write and perform your own rap song, you did it. Learn a backflip, you did it. We could go on with this list. And the thing is, you did all of this stuff because you believed in yourself. Even in those times when you moped around the house with a head full of I can't, you still persevered and did it. And I readily admit I wasn't always so sure. My go-to defense has always been to fall back on what if. What if you get hurt? What if you set that expectation that doesn't happen? What if you are disappointed? What if you are ridiculed? To a certain extent, a parent's job is to protect their kids from hurt. Or if it's not their job, it's at least their instinct. And sometimes as parents, we go too far. We get stuck in a cycle of what if at the expense of you can or when you or simply okay. But not you. You don't attack life from what if. You've always managed I need to ask you to cry again. You've always managed to push through and tackle your goals. You've always managed not to be courageous. You've always managed to be courageous in your pursuits. And for that, we're especially proud. Not only proud, but also profoundly moved and grateful. While our hope is that we teach you important lessons about life as you continue to do it, you've taught us just as much. You've opened our eyes to what's possible beyond what we can see. You've shined a bright light on joy. Holy cow. There's an old saying. I know, it's like it's gonna happen to you in about a week. Find what you love and do more of that. That may be your personal mantra. But more than that, what's most important, what goes beyond sports, awards, or grades is this. When you set out to become a good person, you did it. And that takes courage. It takes courage to be compassionate. It takes courage to stand up for what's right. It takes courage to be yourself. And you did that too. We're proud of you. We love you. And we hope that you keep being you and doing what you do. I'm going to stop crying.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Okay, Koby, I could not be more proud of you. Not just today, but every day. You are such an amazing person. You are kind, compassionate. Fun, funny, chill, and oh so cool. Way cooler than Dad and I ever were. As As Dad said, you have an amazing ability to envision what you want to do and make it happen, and you always have. From teaching yourself how to swim, being a child method actor as a firefighter, scuba diver, and superhero, to teaching yourself how to play your favorite songs on the piano and becoming a baseball player that hits home runs and makes the all-star team. I know you will continue to do amazing things, and I can't wait to see what's next. Again, I'm so proud of you, and I feel so lucky to be your mom and have you in my life.
What blessings from awesome parents. And it's so nice, this whole process, getting to know Koby. I've learned a lot of what both your parents have stated just now. And being an only child too, we're on in this great team where I think it's a lot of work, Donald, right? To keep up with your parents all the time, right? And keep them in line. It doesn't end now. It's for the rest of your life, and you're really lucky to have such amazing support in your life who recognize all the wonderful things that you bring to the world. So let's rise for Ale now on the bottom of page 14. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tet gedula le'otzer breshit, shelo asanu higei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot adama, shelo samhalkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kehol hamonam, anachnu korim, Umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamachim hakadosh baruch. Do you want to read the portion on the top of 15, Lisa, or
Want me to try to recap this one too?
Should we sit?
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you can sit for right now. We'll stand up in another second for the Kaddish.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Koby's grandfather, my father, Felix, known to him as Papa, would often declare on this deck that he was going to live long enough to be at Koby's bar mitzvah. He was 86 at the time, and he said it with such confidence that there was no question in our minds that he was going to make it. This is why we are holding a service on the back deck of the house where Koby and his Papa shared so many incredible moments, and the most significant way to have him here with us in spirit. Koby especially loved to crawl under the piano as Papa played his favorite classical compositions, or to sit on Papa's lap and play along. These experiences are likely the genesis of Koby's own love of music. Today marks the 10th anniversary of Felix's passing. We know that somewhere Papa is watching, celebrating, and dancing, and is probably wondering about this music Koby listens to.
Beautiful, thank you. So we'll, if you would like to stand again, and we'll read the introduction to the Kaddish. As Koby reads the lines, the first lines, we will repeat the "we remember them" underneath.
Oh, yeah. At the rising of the sun and its going down.
We remember them.
At the blowing of the wind and the chill of the winter.
We remember them.
At the opening of the buds and the rebirth of spring.
We remember them.
At the blueness of the skies and the warmth of the summer.
We remember them.
At the rustling of the leaves and the beauty of autumn.
We remember them.
When we are weary and in need of strength.
We remember them.
When we are lost and sick at heart.
We remember
When
them.
we have joy we crave to share.
We remember them.
When we have decisions that are difficult to make.
We remember them.
When we have achievements that are based on theirs.
We remember them.
As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us.
As we remember them. And you can turn the page and we'll continue with the mourners Kaddish. If there's anybody who would like to state a name of somebody who it's either a yard site or a recent passing, as my hand crosses over, please share the name with the group.
Walter Marshall.
Felix Cole.
Yit Gadal,
V'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Ve'alma Divrach Yirtei V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayehon U'vyomechon, U'chayei D'kol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala U'vizman Kariv V'yimru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam U'lamei Almaya. Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitparar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudasha b'rihu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'ne'emata, da'amiran be'ama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'hayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'bramav, huya oseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
You may be seated.
Mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, ye'anu, 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 Amo Yisrael, ye'anu, ye'anu, Amo Yisrael, simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, ye'anu, 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 Amo Yisrael, ye'anu, ye'anu, Amo Yisrael.
And there'll be a lot more of that in a few hours to celebrate Koby's awesome accomplishments and the person he is. And so we'll close our service now with Hashkivenu, which is in the middle of page 17. And this song and prayer, may it carry with you for the rest of the day and the rest of the year as we surround ourselves and each other with peace, and also to shelter each other as we care for ourselves and the world around us. So Hashkivenu on 17.
Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu V'shalom, V'shalom, V'ha'amidenu Shomreinu L'chaim, Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guide us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us daily wrong from right, O Adonai. Amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen.
Mazel tov, congratulations. That was the plan. That was the plan. Yeah, enjoy the day. Thank you all for being
Thank you,
here.
Allie. Thank you, Koby. Mazel tov.
Yay.
That's a beautiful house.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Okay, everybody, we need to go into the living room.
Great job.
We need to go into
Yep.
We need to go into the living room, please, because this deck has to be cleared. Okay, into the living room, and we'll be doing the hamotzi and kiddush in there.
You stole my thunder. I was just getting up.
You did it. Ow. Did you call yourself? Not myself.
Oh my gosh.
Let's do the.
Wow.
Here, Koby, let's come and do the blessing for the hollow. I'll put it away. Put it there, yeah.
Wow. You know what's funny? The wall was this on the road now. I was saying, it's still going.